So when you're getting started on YouTube, figuring out what equipment to buy can be kind of overwhelming. So in this video, I'm gonna be breaking down the best equipment for beginners on YouTube, plus sharing tips on how to use everything so you can get awesome looking videos. Coming up. Hey, what's up? Sean here with Fake Media, bringing you the best tips and tools for building your influence with online video. And on this channel, we do a lot of YouTube strategy videos as well as tech gear reviews, just like this one. So if you're new here, consider subscribing. And hey, at any point during the video, check out show notes and links in the YouTube description below. I'll list out all of the gear I talk about as well as some additional resources. Let's jump into the video. So I've actually been shooting video since 2003, and my first camera ever was a Canon HV30 that used mini DV tapes. And since that time, I've been shooting with all kinds of different Canon cameras, and recently we actually partnered up to bring you this video. So big thanks to Canon. In this video, we're actually gonna be using the M50. It's a brand new mirrorless camera from Canon. I'm personally in love with it. So let's actually head to our first scene right now to get the camera set up, start talking about the accessories and the best tips, so you can start making some sweet videos. Let's go. All right, so there's three things that you want to think about whenever you're about to create a video of any kind, and that is AVL. Audio, video, and lighting. Now what's cool is if you have a camera and maybe a light source, and in this case we're just sitting in front of a window, then you've got the video in the camera, you've got the audio that can be captured right on the camera, and then you've got the light source, which is going to be the window. And so what we're going to do is go through the most basic setup possible, and then we'll add on a few things, whether that's some accessories, an additional microphone, and things like that. Okay, so the first thing that we want to do here is actually get a way to mount our camera. Now, of course, you could get a tripod or a GorillaPod, and we'll talk about some of those accessories in this video, but if you don't have that, that's okay. You could just use something like books. Let's actually do it. All right, that is looking awesome. Okay, the next thing that we're gonna wanna do is get our settings right on the camera. Now, we're using the Canon M50, but you could apply these tips to almost any camera, so definitely follow along. And so we're gonna wanna go video mode on the top dial. When it comes out of the box, you're gonna be on kind of an auto movie mode. If you're just getting started, I recommend using that. You're gonna get some great results out of that, but personally, I like using manual because it gives us a little bit more of fine-tune adjustments. And so the first thing I do is I hit this Q button, and I like to pick out the frame rate. And that's important to get your frame rate set first, just so everything looks the same and stays consistent from starting out and shooting your footage all the way through editing. And so we're gonna choose 30 frames a second, which is probably what the camera would be set to right out of the box. And then that means that our shutter speed should be double the frame rate or as close as possible. So if you do 30 frames a second, you should do 60 on the shutter. If you were to do 60 frames a second, you could go up to 125 on the shutter, which would be the closest you could get to double. So we'll go to 60 there. Then we have just the kit lens on this camera, which is a really good lens to get started with for YouTube. And we have that. We're gonna zoom it all the way out because I'm gonna be doing kind of a talking head video using the window light. And then we're gonna see here by if it's exposed right, and at 3.5 on the aperture, which is our next setting, that looks good. And then on auto ISO, it's at ISO 100. We are pretty much good to go. The one other thing to consider is that there is audio settings, and inside of the camera, that's set to auto. And so right now we have created a shot that we can use for YouTube. I'm gonna angle the books just slightly forward. All right, so those look good. And lastly, right before I hit record, I like to hit the Q and make sure that the autofocus mode is set to the right mode for what we're gonna create. And so because this is talking head, I want it set to face tracking so it can track my face. That's the AF method. If we were gonna shoot some B-roll of some other things that are part of the video, we would switch it to flex zone, but it's on face tracking, and then it's a touch screen. So I can just touch my face and now it'll actually track my face. So that's looking good, and we're ready to shoot our first video. Let's go. All right, so here is the footage right off the Canon M50. We're using the kit lens. This is the audio right built into the camera. And then we're just utilizing some light from sitting in front of this window. So I'd love to hear from you in the comment section. How do you think this footage looks and sounds? Okay, so we just got started with our audio, video, and lighting as basic as possible, right? Using just the camera. So I want to encourage you, no matter what gear you already have, just get started. You can always upgrade as you go. So if we started to add some accessories to this, the next couple things I would probably want to get is a microphone for a little bit better audio, and also a tripod, because the books are awesome, but it's a little bit harder to travel with. And so I've grabbed a couple pieces of kit. The first one is this TAKSTAR mic right here. It's a shotgun microphone that comes in for right around $25 here on the US in Amazon. And again, if you want to check any of these things out, we'll link them up in the YouTube description below. And then I also have a Ravelli tripod here that would make it a little bit easier, not just for shooting right here, but also when we move to a different location. It is a great solution for pumping out a lot more content. And there's some Amazon Basics tripods of different sizes. And a lot of times you can get a tripod for anywhere from $20 to $30 for a solid one. So let's set this up and see how it can affect the shot and the audio. Okay, so I've attached the quick release plate for the tripod to the camera, and now I'm gonna add the shotgun mic right on top. And what's cool is the M50 has got that cold shoe, so you can attach that right there. And it's got a mic input, and so that's pretty essential, of course, if you want to use some kind of an external microphone. So now all we have to do is flip this microphone on, and we can mount it on top of the tripod. Now, one of the reasons why I love using a tripod is, again, the books, you know, we tried to kind of angle them, but they were a little bit more flat. What's nice about this is you can get different angles naturally. So if you kind of want to angle down, it's typically more flattering to go a little bit higher with the camera and angle down rather than go lower and shoot up. Tip right there. And then we could kind of figure out a shot that we want like this. Still do the face tracking as well, and all of our settings are going to remain pretty much the same. And let's see how this footage looks. Okay, so now you are hearing the M50 with an external microphone plugged in. So I'd love to hear from you. How do you feel like this audio sounds compared to just the onboard microphone of the camera? And of course, one other thing to note is that now, because we have a tripod, I was able to get a little bit more specific with the angle. So I went a little bit higher, angled the camera down to kind of create a shot just like this in an office, still utilizing the window light. Okay, so let's keep going talking about the best equipment for just getting started on YouTube. And by now you might be wondering, well, what is the investment though to get into a camera like this and some of this gear? And the cool thing is that it doesn't have to break the bank. At the time of shooting this video, the M50 is coming in right around $700 here in the US with the kit lens, which is a steal in my opinion, because not only could you see the footage that we were just shooting with it, we were shooting that in 1080, but they've also included 4K video. The fact that you get a mic input, a flip screen, and it's also relatively easy to use. In fact, they have a beginner mode that they've included if you're just learning how to shoot photos, how to shoot video, that kind of walks you through early on. But then as you advance, you can also turn that off and get to some more advanced features. Plus, the fact that it has an interchangeable lenses is a big deal. So if you were to get something like a Canon G7X, also a great camera, but you don't have a mic input, you can't change the lenses. So if you want to expand your kit later, upgrade your gear, I think that a camera like this could serve you not just for when you're getting started, but for years to come as you want to level up your content. And then also there's two things that you always want to make sure you have just in case. And number one, that is an SD card. And I would recommend probably like a SanDisk card that's about 80 megabytes per second or so. That'd work perfect for all the different video content you'd shoot with a camera like this. And to get a 32 gigabyte card, it's going to run you around $13 here in the US. So definitely make sure you've got an SD card. And then the other thing you might want to consider is a couple extra batteries, one or two, especially if you're going to be creating some YouTube content. You can shoot for probably an hour on this battery as far as our tests go. But when it comes down to a shoot session, maybe you mess up a bunch of times, or maybe you want to shoot a lot of videos in a row, it's always nice to have a couple extra batteries charged up, especially as you start creating more content. But don't go anywhere, because we still have a few more tips and some other accessories I want to cover, specifically my favorite budget lighting kit. Because as you know, maybe with school and work, you can't necessarily always shoot during the day in front of a window, or it's not always putting off a ton of light. So having a lighting kit is pretty important if you want to pump out some serious YouTube content. So let's go to our other set and check it out. Okay, so now let's talk about shooting with a light kit. And this is a Fulvatech StudioPRO light kit. I love this. It comes with just these main, really large bulbs in here. It's the equivalent of, I believe, 750 watts of power. So all you have to do is set up the stands, create the soft boxes, screw it together, and then you just click it on. Comes with 2 of these, and you can light your set, whatever it is that you're shooting. Now we still have our same Ravelli tripod again. Any kind of budget tripod would be great. Just for getting started on YouTube, around $20. But one thing to note is that if you're a little bit taller, you might want to get a taller tripod. I'm 6'1", so a lot of times I need taller tripods. So consider the actual max height for when you're not sitting down if you ever order a tripod. So now we can get our camera set up here. And what we're actually going to do is we're not going to use this shotgun mic. You could, but we're going to be a little bit further away because I got this table in front of me. I'll be sitting on the couch. And so I want to talk about one other budget mic that I absolutely love. And this is the BOYA M1. And I think that at the time of shooting this video, this comes in for around $13 here in the US. And it is actually a plug-in mic, so it'll go in your mic jack. And it also works on smartphones, so it's really cool. You can put it in smartphone mode or camera mode, and it has a little battery internal there so that the audio sounds great. And so if you're creating YouTube videos with your smartphone, or you ever just want to go live on your smartphone and have a little bit better audio, any kind of content, then you could use this mic. It is wired, and the wire is really long, about 20 feet or so. So that's also great if you're shooting outdoors with somebody else and you wanted to be very far away from the camera with a super budget microphone, then this is a great solution. So we can plug that into our camera. We'll string that over to where I'm going to be sitting. And now let's just figure out the settings. Now remember, if you're setting up the camera height, I think that the camera lens should typically be about eye level, and then even shooting down a little bit, depending on if you want to get a little bit more of a flattering angle. Again, don't shoot up. You kind of want to come down on your subject. But I also want to encourage you, always experiment. One power tip I've learned is that once you get everything set up, record a little bit of footage, say some of the audio, then stop and go test the footage on your computer. Plug it into your laptop, plug it into a computer, and actually watch it back. And that'll give you some ideas of if there's anything going on in the background, if there's something going on in your face, if something's not set up right. It is a huge tip that saved me from doing whole shoots where I didn't have the mic on, so I didn't get any audio, or doing whole shoots and I didn't realize there was something weird in the background. So just a quick tip there. So now we can set this up, and it's looking pretty good. We'll be able to zoom in, but we'll leave it out like this. And because we have this light kit, our settings are going to be pretty similar. We have it on 30 frames a second. We have our aperture as wide as it goes because we're still using the kit lens, so that's at 3.5. And with this lighting situation, it actually is showing us that the scene is slightly overexposed. It's a little too bright as we look at our exposure meter here. So what we would do to reduce that with ISO at 100 is we would actually drop our aperture down. So we're going to go down to 4. And now it's looking perfect. And throughout this video, we've also been using auto white balance. What I love about the M50 is that the white balance not only does a great job in auto, but it actually has 2 modes. It has a priority of white balance, and it also has an ambient priority. And so the ambient priority on white balance here is a little bit orange, and we can see this footage right here. It kind of makes things not true to color as much. So that's why I love this other white balance mode that is white priority, and that looks true to life of what we're seeing with our eyes here during this shoot. And so auto is a great way to get started, but what's cool about the M50 is you have all the expandability options for as you learn more settings, and if you want to take your footage to another level, even do some filmmaking type content. It's packed with a lot of features for that. So let's plug this in, get that other microphone on, and see how this footage looks. Okay, so now we're shooting in this setup. I'd love to hear from you. How do you think this sounds? We're using that BOYA mic clipped onto my shirt, and we're shooting on the M50, still with the kit lens, but now we're in a lighting situation like this. So let me know in the comments. And again, because of the flip screen, this is great, because even as a solo YouTuber or creator, I can still see myself on the screen. I can see the shot composition and make sure that it's still recording. So that's great. Even though the camera is, you know, about 5-6 feet away from me. And so that's why having this mic a little bit better so that the shotgun mic doesn't have to pick up audio since I'm not as close. And then one other really cool thing about the M50 is that it also has a great Bluetooth and Wi-Fi app connected to it. So you can actually control it with the Canon Connect app, which if you were in a sit-down situation like this, that would be awesome because then you could start and stop recording, monitor it from your phone as well. And if you wanted to shoot multiple videos, you wouldn't have to get up and down each time to make adjustments to any of the camera settings. And so a scenario like this could be perfect for starting to pump out a lot of YouTube content, shooting a lot of videos, but it doesn't have to be complex. Remember, keep things simple so you can focus on the content and don't worry about the camera. All right, so we've covered a lot of gear and a lot of tips in this video, but I want to remind you, don't ever let gear hold you back from starting to create content. Use whatever camera you can get your hands on, use your smartphone to get started, but when you're ready to upgrade your gear, I do recommend investing in some better equipment. And if you're just starting out on YouTube, I don't think there's many better options for the price than the Canon M50. I've been shooting with this camera for months now, and besides the great video quality that it produces, it also produces great photos. You've got a 24.1 inch megapixel sensor inside of there, which means you're gonna have amazing photos, which is also important for doing YouTube videos. You gotta do thumbnails. You wanna be posting Instagram. And so you have those features in there. You've got that dual pixel autofocus with the touchscreen that allows you to touch what you want to be in focus. And you even have touch shutter. So that way you could say, I want that person's face to be in focus, and as soon as you touch, it takes the picture. So recently in Canada on a video influencers trip, we were going around, I was taking some photos, I handed the camera to Chris, who's a newer photographer, and he was able to start taking some incredible photos. And the other thing is that this camera comes in, as we mentioned, at right around $699 here in the US at the time of making this video. So it's actually on sale. And if you actually pick it up from Canon's website direct, it comes with a really cool messenger bag. Also, if you want to save time, Canon has put together an M50 video creators kit that includes a Rode shotgun microphone and a 32 gigabyte SD card. They have a killer discount on it right now, and you can check out details in the YouTube description. Question of the day: what gear are you thinking about purchasing or investing in next for your YouTube setup? Let me know in the comments section below. So thanks for checking out this video. Subscribe and ring the bell if you haven't yet. And if you want to check out other videos in our YouTube tips series, just click or tap the screen right there. For another video from Think Media, click or tap the screen right there. Until next time, Think Media is bringing you the best tips and tools for building your influence with online video. Keep crushing it, and we will talk soon.